Hello and welcome to Win Over Depression. I am your host, Tamera Trotter. This podcast is dedicated to those who suffer with a mental illness but try every single day to feel better. It's also dedicated to those who have loved ones who suffer in silence and want everyone to know about this debilitating condition. You know, depression is one of the most undertreated conditions in the entire world. Did you know that every 50 seconds someone is taking their life? It is truly a pandemic, and we must do what we can to spread awareness about mental health. Today, we'll be talking about mindset and how important your mindset is when it comes to really everything in life, but definitely when it comes to managing your mental health. So what is your current mindset? Do you feel as if you are now in a place where you can overcome your circumstances and get to that place in life where you deserve? Are you accepting of your condition? That's one of the first things that we have to do. Once we accept that we suffer with a mental illness, we are in a much better place to now put into action a plan that is going to help us manage our care. Self-care is also the key to feeling better. Every morning you should get up, take a shower, don't stay in bed. Make sure you have a plan for the day. Eat a healthy breakfast. Make sure that you're getting in a lot of protein. Make sure you're eating leafy vegetables. Stay away from candy and sugary drinks. That's one of the things that you can do to practice self-care when it comes to managing your mental health. Set realistic goals. Break tasks into smaller, manageable steps, and make sure that you are able to achieve the realistic goals that you have set for yourself. Remember to celebrate the small wins. Engage in some activities that bring you joy and give you a sense of accomplishment. It's so important that we also focus on the present. When we focus on the future and what we think the future may entail for us, it sometimes makes us sad, but we can never know what the future will bring because we can't determine that. We have to live in the present moment, deal with whatever is in front of us. Sure, we can plan for the future, but we should not be so focused on the future that we cannot focus on what is in front of us. We have to be patient and persistent. We have to make sure that when we are managing our mindset, that we are not surrounding ourselves with people who exude negativity. I know it seems like a laundry list, but there are so many things that we need to continue to do in order to keep our depression at bay. We need to limit or completely take out alcohol. If you can just limit it, it's going to help you. But if you can reduce it immensely, you're going to feel that much better. How about your sleeping? Are you able to sleep? Getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single night is essential. And that is why I wanted to share with you that Win Over Depression is currently on TikTok. And on Monday, February 26th, we will have a live and free webinar. In order to register, all you have to do is go to the Win Over Depression TikTok page, and on my bio, you will see a link that says Pensight, PENSIGHT.com. Click on that link and it will take you to register for the webinar. There are 2 sessions on that day. One will take place at noon Pacific Standard Time, and the second one will take place at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come and find out ways that you can overcome your mental illness. I will also be sharing a brand new mental health diary that I have, as well as an ebook. So I hope to see you there. Remember, giving up is never an option. Stay in the game of life. Hello, and welcome to Win Over Depression, your beacon of hope in the realm of mental health. I am your host, Tamera Trotter. I am your companion on the journey to reclaiming joy and resilience. In this podcast, we'll unravel the vital importance of managing your well-being amidst life's challenges. from practical strategies to uplifting stories and expert advice. Each episode is a roadmap to cultivating mental wellness and overcoming the grip of depression. Whether you are seeking solace for yourself or supporting a friend, here you will find the tools and inspiration to navigate the complexities of emotional health. Join me as we embark on a transformative quest to prioritize self-care, resilience, and the triumph of the human spirit. Let's together redefine the narrative of depression and embrace a life of purpose and fulfillment. Today, we'll be talking about the importance of making tough and potentially unpopular decisions in order to maintain our mental health. Making tough and unpopular decisions is often necessary for maintaining mental health, although it can be difficult. These decisions are crucial because they help preserve our sense of autonomy, boundaries, and overall well-being. They are very important. The first reason that making unpopular and tough decisions is important is because it protects your emotional energy. Every day we make decisions that require an emotional investment, whether it's at work, in relationships, or in social situations. Some decisions might go against the grain of what others expect, but if you always prioritize others' desires at the expense of your own needs, it can lead to burnout, resentment, and anxiety. As we know for sure that we must be proactive in managing our mental health, I cannot stress enough the importance of learning to say no when no should be the answer that is best for your mental health. Saying no to additional responsibilities or distancing yourself from toxic people, even if they're family members, protects your emotional resources, ensuring that you do not deplete yourself. When you allow toxic people to continue to be a part of your life, you are affecting your mental health adversely, and you will suffer because of it. You will experience more episodes of depression, and you will definitely experience high anxiety. Taking the harder, often unpopular route is really a form of self-affirmation. It helps to reinforce your values, helping you stay true to yourself even when the path isn't easy. This helps build self-respect and self-confidence as we learn to trust our judgment and the ability to navigate difficult decisions and situations. The more you practice this, the more resilient and grounded you become in your decision making. Think of someone in your life right now that may be toxic. How long have you allowed this person to lower your confidence and your morale and cause you to feel badly about yourself? When we make a tough decision to remove people from our lives that do not wish us well nor have our best interest at heart, we are taking control of our mental health, and we will notice that we will start feeling better and we will start experiencing more joy in our lives. It is so important to set appropriate boundaries. Boundaries are essential for managing mental health because they prevent us from overextending ourselves and taking on more than we can handle. It is so important that we surround ourselves with people who understand us, appreciate us, and feel that we are valuable. When people come into our lives and all they wish to do is to take and never give, it affects our emotional energy. When you are the one who is always giving, that means that the other person is really taking advantage of you. They are using your kindness and they are taking your kindness for weakness. When we decide to prioritize our mental health, we are going to grow, and our situations and circumstances are going to change. We will have clearer thinking and we will have less episodes of depression. This may mean that we have to lose some connections in the short term or maybe even in the long term, but it will open doors to more authenticity and fulfilling relationships. Choosing to prioritize our mental health and well-being over people pleasing can be a form of self-liberation that allows you to form deeper and more meaningful connections. When you look back and evaluate how you have allowed toxic people to affect you, you will realize that you put more energy, care, and concern in the relationship than the other person ever did. Yet you continued to support them, to be there for them, and to even help them out in ways that they should have never expected. When we realize that change is necessary, it will become easier for us to vote in favor of our mental health. It can be deeply rewarding when we start feeling better, and in the long run, we will experience mental resilience and overall life satisfaction. When we make tough decisions, we are beginning to focus on what's important. We move outside our comfort zone and we are able to confront challenges head on. And when we do that, we will definitely find more joy. If we continue to avoid tough decisions, to keep the peace, to avoid conflict, we may eventually harbor resentment toward those who took advantage of our kindness. Resentment is a significant source of stress and unhappiness. Making the difficult decision to stand your ground can prevent this emotional buildup, ensuring that we maintain healthier outcomes and we begin to have more balanced interaction with others. When we interact with people who are toxic and they have an episode of toxicity, it can take us days to recover from that. Our mental health is in jeopardy, and we should not allow anyone to destroy our peace. In our home, peace is essential, and we should never allow people to contribute to an unsettling feeling in our own home. Part of maintaining our mental health is recognizing that discomfort is a part of life and that it's okay not to please everyone, because there are some people who will never be happy regardless of what you do for them. By embracing the discomfort that comes with making tough decisions, you learn to build your emotional tolerance and resilience, and it becomes easier to make decisions that support your mental health. While it is never easy to make these decisions, they are essential. They help protect our emotional energy. They help us to set future boundaries in relationships, and they help us to foster growth and self-respect. By embracing tough choices, everything that we do is a reminder of the importance that we should have in building our own sense of well-being. When we allow other people to control and to factor in when it comes to the decisions that we make, and they cause us to potentially make decisions that we're not comfortable making, we are giving in, and we are in turn jeopardizing our mental health. Embrace the tough choices, even when it is a challenge, because when you stay true to yourself, you are being proactive in managing your mental health, which is paramount and more important than anything else. The ability to say no, which can often be incredibly difficult, especially when it involves conflict with others, their expectations, or desires. When we decline requests or situations that don't serve our mental well-being, we create space in our lives for things that truly matter to us. This may include time for rest, self-care, or pursuing personal goals. While it may feel uncomfortable in the moment, the act of saying no protects your mental and emotional energy, allowing you to stay healthy and focused on what is important. In addition to that, the short-term pain is what we're looking for, because as a result, we are going to experience long-term gain. Many tough decisions come with an immediate sense of discomfort, whether it's disappointing someone, risking a confrontation, or dealing with a difficult situation. But in the long run, these short-term pains often lead to much healthier outcomes. So I want you to be courageous in making that decision. Although it will be painful, you will see that in the long run, you will look back and be more than satisfied with the decision that you made. Similarly, ending a relationship that is not serving you might cause emotional upheaval at first, but it clears the way for personal healing and future relationships that are healthy and more supportive. While the immediate consequences of tough decisions can feel overwhelming, they are often necessary for long-term mental and emotional growth. This discomfort will be painful, but the relief and peace that follow will last much longer. So we must be willing to put our mental health first in pursuit of what is more important in our lives. We will be able to strengthen our sense of purpose. We will be able to stay grounded even when faced with external pressure. When we make a decision based on what we believe is right, rather than on what others expect, it strengthens our sense of purpose and personal integrity. Knowing that you are making choices that align with your true self brings a sense of clarity and inner peace. It is also important to practice self-compassion when dealing with making tough decisions, as we're one of our harshest critics, especially when we feel that others might not approve of the choices that we make. But self-compassion allows us to recognize that we're doing the best that we can with the resources and knowledge that is available to us in the moment. Making tough decisions doesn't mean that you have all the answers, but it means that you are learning to trust yourself and act in a way that supports your overall well-being. When you embrace self-compassion, you can navigate difficult choices with greater patience and understanding. This in turn will reduce the guilt or shame that might otherwise come with making decisions that don't align with others' expectations. It also allows you to forgive yourself in things that don't go as planned, reinforcing the ideas that mistakes are part of life's journey. At its core, it is about reclaiming and asserting our control over our life. When we act in our best interest, we are saying that our mental health, our happiness, and our sense of well-being matters. Life can often feel like a series of external pressures, expectations, and responsibility. But the ability to make decisions that reflect our desires, our needs, and our wants help us to regain control. There is nothing worse than feeling like you don't have control in your life. The more that we exercise control, the stronger our mental health becomes, because we are no longer allowing circumstances or other people to dictate our reality. So when we have made these decisions and our life changes, we need to embrace change. People tend to resist change because it feels unsettling and unpredictable. However, change is an inevitable part of life, and learning to embrace it is the key to maintaining mental health. Every tough decision, whether it's leaving a toxic situation or a toxic person, changing careers, or redefining relationships, marks a transition in our life. These transitions may be challenging, but they also open us up for new opportunities, connection, and fulfillment. By learning to navigate change with an open heart, our emotional resilience and ability to face the future challenges with confidence is evident. It is about protecting your long-term mental health. While these decisions often cause temporary discomfort, the long-term benefits, such as greater self-respect, healthier relationships, are invaluable. When we learn to make difficult decisions, we are ultimately choosing a life of authenticity and self-care. The process may be messy, uncomfortable, and even lonely at times, but it is also empowering, liberating, and essential for a healthy and fulfilled life. So I encourage you to make a tough decision today and get this skill in your toolkit, because over time, as you learn to trust yourself, understand your boundaries, and embrace discomfort as a part of your growth, you will position yourself for a more fulfilling and rewarding life. I never want to end my podcast without thanking you so very much. You continue to be the best part of Win Over Depression as we look to close out 2024 in a very strong way. Please remember that you can always determine the outcomes in your life by making the necessary decisions that are in your best interest. Remember, you can find us on TikTok at TT Mental Health Wellness Coach. You can also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us on LinkedIn and Twitter, as well as Pinterest at TT Mental Health Expert. Continue to live your life to its fullest, knowing that you are valuable, you are important. If you want to support this podcast, please consider becoming a patron. You can go to www.patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Tamera Trotter, which is Tamera, last name Trotter, Trotter. As little as $15 to $20 per month will expand our reach and give us the ability to spread more love, happiness, and the importance of living a well-balanced life. Take care, and I will see you next Friday on Win Over Depression.